Well guys, today's video is going to be just a little bit different. We're going to unbox and review something super cool that I found at a consignment shop a few years ago. This really is a classic piece of camping equipment right here, and I've had this in storage in an outdoor kind of a storage box, and unfortunately it looks like a bug got into it and some of this has been ripped off. I think it was in much better shape when I first got it, but it's still in the original box. You can kind of see the different accessories you could purchase for it on the back, but this is just a classic 2-burner Coleman camp stove, and I have some very fond memories of using one of these on camping trips with my dad when I was a kid. So let's open this up and go down memory lane for a little while. As we do this, we'll try to find some clues on how old this thing is. One clue right here, it says Kmart on it, and Kmart's been out of business for a while, so that's one clue as to the age of it. And they do still make these things, but I think they're like $190 for the big ones like this. It is in phenomenal shape. Just great shape. Let's see what's in it. It does say made in USA on it. That's another clue as to how old it is. Now I do hear some fuel sloshing around in here, so this is not what you would call a brand new one. It's been used, but man, it's in nice shape. I'm gonna leave that windscreen down until we get it set up all the way, but man, look at how good a shape this thing is in. It does have a little fuel in it, but it's my understanding that that white gas, that Coleman camp fuel, really doesn't go bad, so it should be all right. But look at that. It's just got that old school type, just a little bit of a dingy hue to these labels on it, like a new old stock, like something you would find in an old warehouse that they tried to sell 50 years ago but didn't. Ugh, yuck, got a little rust in there. That may not be a good sign. So that thing that I said about that gas not going bad was totally wrong. It does go bad, and it has gone bad. It just stinks like old stale gasoline, basically. This right here doesn't pressurize anymore. Basically how this works, it's got a hole in it right here. You pull this out, put your finger on top of that, and then push it in, and it pressurizes this tank right here, and that's what pushes the gas through and onto the burners over here. But this does not work, so you can do that. Goes in, but once you plug that up to keep the air in to pump it up, something's plugged up in there, so we've got to figure out how to get that unplugged before anything's going to happen. Start by putting just a little bit of oil right in here, well, maybe a lot. Don't think that's the problem though. Ah, yes. So I think something is stuck down in here. Let me see if I can get it free. Ah, I figured it out. So there was nothing actually wrong with it. It's just been a very long time since I've used one of these. So basically how this works is when you're ready to pressurize the tank here, you unscrew this just a little bit, and that allows the air to go down in there. And when you're done with it, you do that right there. I guess that's to prevent leakage and stuff. So it was actually working normally. I just didn't know how to use it. Let's see if we can get it lit. Let's go ahead and fuel the tank up here. This is what we're going to use. This is just standard camp fuel, white gas, whatever you want to call it. It goes in a variety of different things, Coleman lanterns, camp stove, probably other things as well. But this is a brand new container here, and that should get it going. Smells a lot better than that old stuff that was in there. All right, we're going to close this up right here and open this. Okay, now we're going to close that up. Now let's see if anything goes to the burners. It's making racket. That's got to be a good sign. All right, guys, let's give it a try. What could happen? Well, guys, it works, and it seems to work extremely well, so I'm really happy about that. And I wish that y'all could smell it. It's one of those smells that brings back good memories, and it's kind of if you know, you know type smell. It's like an old classic musty camping trip smell with gear that you don't use but like once or twice a year, so it's musty. We used to go camping in the back of an old 78 Chevrolet Suburban 4-wheel drive 3/4 ton government issue, and it smells kind of like that, like the inside of an old musty truck cab, and it's a good smell. It brings back really good memories. So it works. Let's see if we can find something to cook on it. Well, I'm going to consider that a big success, and that's pretty much all I got for this video. We're going to take this camping stove on a camping trip here pretty soon, and I wanted to get it out and make sure it was all ready to go, and it is. I'm totally impressed with the way that it works. I looked up the serial number or the model number on this thing. It's a 425F, I think it said, and that particular model was made between 1982 and 1999, so at a bare minimum it's 25 years old, and it could be as much as, what's that, almost 40 years old, something like that. It's a bad idea to do math on camera, but somewhere around 40 years old possibly. It's got some age to it, and it's basically in mint condition. I am totally happy with it. I paid $40 for it. I think that a brand new one now costs like $190, something like that. So I think I got a pretty good deal. But that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to sit out here in the Jeep and enjoy myself for a few minutes, and I'll see y'all on the next one.